Hi, everybody. Mayor Lou Manzo here with you again. As you can see, I'm joined by my fellow committee members, Julie DeLaurentis and Adam Wingate. And we're here to give you some details and insight into the new Miracle on Main extravaganza on Main Street that is about a week away now, considering it's a week from Thanksgiving. So for those of you that don't know, I'll give you a little backdrop here to how we arrived where we are before we get into the details, which really obviously pivots off of our tremendous annual event, the famous Lights on Main, which we came to realize probably midsummer, July or so, that more than likely wasn't going to be a possibility this year. 2020 has brought a lot of surprises, and that one we saw coming for a while. That a gathering of 8 or 9 or 10,000 people on Main Street just wasn't going to happen. So everybody put their heads together, and our little elves, I'll say, started to think about what could we do that would still embody that joyous spirit, in the holiday season and the way we usher it in every year on that Thanksgiving weekend. How could we come up with something that could, come close to what Lights on Main is? And after a lot of back and forth and a lot of input from many individuals, that's where Miracle on Main was born. And Miracle on Main, which my friends here are going to give you some more details on in a second, is really meant to provide a backdrop to the transformation of Main Street that Thanksgiving weekend. Different than Lights on Main, it won't be a singular event between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Saturday night. It's going to kind of expand over the entire weekend and lead into really an entire holiday season for the next 4 or 5 weeks leading up to Christmas. So we'll start maybe with Julie. You could probably begin to fill in the blanks on pivoting off of what I just said as the birth of the mindset of what Miracle on Main was and how it began to take shape. So what does that look like?
So, I mean, we all love Lights on Main, our yearly event. Our township loves it. We love it. And we just couldn't have, as Lou said, thousands of people on Main Street with current COVID-19 pandemic situation. So we started brainstorming it with, you know, us in the township, as well as our business community and the recreation commission. And they're fantastic. They are always thinking and trying to build on things or think outside the box. So we started thinking about it, and it had to be safe, and it still had to be transformational to Main Street and give people that sense of joy. So a key part of that we decided was all of the physical lighting up Main Street. And Adam, you want to jump in here, because this has really been your project.
Yeah, so I was asked to be part of a team to basically transform Main Street into our own little Christmas village. So basically, what we're adding this year is, before we always obviously had the tree, but now what we're doing is, there's smaller trees that are all lined up and down northbound and southbound on Main Street that we're lighting up this year. You know, all Chapman Landscaping and his guys did a fabulous job so far. They were out there a couple days last week, one day this week to button it up. And I'm excited to see what it looks like. It's the first time we're doing this, and I'm almost positive it's going to look fantastic.
Yeah.
So
So,
also
so
something else.
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so Decorate with Lights always does Old Town Hall. This is the second year they're doing it for us. They actually added a little bit more lights this year. They wrapped the garland down the post on the front porch, lit that up for us, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I was going to jump in and
That
say,
sounds great.
yeah, I was going to jump in and say that, each year we've tried to add a little bit more, especially when it came to lighting. I think last year was the first year we lit up Old Town Hall. And this year, because of the limitations, and then with Adam coming in and kind of taking the bull by the horns in reference to what else can we do, which included some maybe a little more lighting and things on the bridge down by Naples. Um, we've done things in the past, but this is going to be a little bit more. And then I think it was Adam's idea that first mentioned, well, what about the trees in between the lampposts from basically Naples all the way to Old Town Hall, that entire stretch? Because part of that, landscaping that we did years ago included these trees, which the idea of pin lighting each of those, kind of was born. And then Adam looked into that and got, like he said, company Chapman to come in and do that. So now picture that the street line completely from Naples all the way up to Old Town Hall with all of the lights and trees in between pin lit is really going to be a beautiful backdrop and be an additive to what we're used to every year. A little more additional lighting, like Adam said, on Old Town Hall itself. Not to mention the tree, which we all know the tree had been lit back in late March because of the pandemic. It's been lit ever since, though I'm not sure everybody's noticed, but it's been off the last couple of weeks as they've done some rewiring to make sure that we have these capabilities from an electric standpoint and an electricity delivery standpoint that we needed, and make sure that the tree will stay lit. So it hasn't been lit for the last couple of weeks. All of these lighting features will be in place as of Friday night. And this goes back to some of the logistics, Julie, for the formatting, which is it's really kicks off on Friday night, Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and goes through Sunday night. So it isn't a singular event. It's more of a backdrop, as I've described it, with multiple businesses. I think you mentioned 28 or 30 of the businesses, piggybacking and doing their own little mini events and mini, specials that are happening at Paris and Christmas in Paris at Farmhouse Design, and s'mores bonfires behind some of the other stores, and there's going to be princesses and Santa and Mrs. Claus, picture taking opportunity, not on his lap, but in the area. All of these little things where the businesses basically created their own little mini events, keeping in mind that we are going to be adhering to all of even the current COVID outdoor gathering restrictions, which now are down to 150 people. So picture any little pocket, whether it's a food truck or one of the businesses, they're not going to have more than 150 people, in place at any one time. And certainly the street's not going to be filled with thousands. They'll spread out through that entire area. Hundreds and perhaps even a couple of thousand could be on the street at any one given time, and will still be distancing safely and appropriately. This also gives the opportunity for people to make their own decision. They're just not comfortable with what we're talking about, that's fine. Don't participate. But for those of you that want to try and plug in to the spirit and take in Main Street, you're going to have that opportunity. So again, Jewel, I'm kind of continuing to talk more than I normally do because that's what I do. You can jump in
No,
and
I think
fill in
you're
any
right.
blanks.
You're absolutely right. I just want to say we're going to be stretching Main Street a little bit,
Yeah.
in that we're going to have everything. We're going to have things from North Main Street, and there's going to be live music, no stages, maybe one stage. I'm not sure what one business wants to do, but really there's going to be live music. It might be a high school group, a high school vocal ensemble, small group of people, socially distanced, safely up on on one of the beautiful historic porches. So, and it's going to be the schedule's going to be a little fluid because it is a 3-day long event. A lot of detail is going to be in this week's right now happening in the Hill. Look at the Miracle on Main Street guide. And it's also going to be on our township website and Facebook page. So if you click on links to various businesses, they can tell you what they're doing the weekend of Miracle on Main, also what they're going to do later on in the holiday season. So some of them have plans almost every weekend between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I think it's going to be great. You can keep going to town, get your Christmas shopping list checked off, and enjoy, get a feeling of joy and enjoy the holiday season.
Yeah, and Adam, I don't know if you feel like you've got to add anything to the whole aesthetic aspect of it. Certainly jump in if you feel there's something we're missing. But when this whole thing started to take shape, I think it became apparent that though we hadn't planned it, this is going to be very different than Lights on Main. And in some ways, it might be the beginning of a kind of combining of the two ideas, which is a weekend-long process, backdrop, transformation with a singular event in the middle on Saturday night when we get back to, that norm next year, hopefully. But this Magical Main idea with the street not closed down, no main stage event process, no singular time where everyone will gather in one spot, but pockets of activities, photo opportunities, and the ability to stroll Main Street and walk in and out of multiple, merchants and stores that perhaps even living in town, you're not aware were there and what they bring to the table. It's going to be a great opportunity for all of our business owners to kind of show their wares, a great way for them to give back because they're sponsoring so many events that people can, participate in and, use for picture backdrops, and there's food trucks and so forth. So again, I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. And if nothing else, that transformation aesthetically that Adam kind of had the lead on, I cannot wait till Friday night to walk down Main Street and have it be there. The tree,
Yeah.
all the pinlit trees, the bridge, everything. It's going to be, again, our own little Norman Rockwell postcard, which Christmas Village that we're going to be so proud of. So any final thoughts, Adam?
No, it's and one other thing too. It's been amazing to watch the collaboration of all the different businesses in town. Kind of each take their own initiative to do a different theme. So it's not like, you walk into one store, they're serving this, they're having this, and then you walk to another one, and they've really pulled together. And I tell you what, I can't wait to see it next week.
Joel?
I agree with Adam. There's a lot of excitement, and again, as you said, Lou, you can come more than once. It's not a 4-hour event like Lights on Main. It's a whole weekend. You can set your schedule and enjoy the Main Street experience.
Great. Well, we're now, like I said, about a week from Thanksgiving. So on behalf of everybody, we wish you and your loved ones a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving. And then we look forward to seeing you on Main Street at some point between Friday night and Sunday night. And between now and then and beyond, let's all always remain
Harrison
Harrison
Strong.
Strong. All right. Take care, everybody. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.